When will you finally be able to understand normal Russian speech? Do you feel like you need a bigger vocabulary, more grammar? You definitely don't need more knowledge. What you need is a skill. And you can start right now. You know what the best part is? You might be mistaken for a native Russian speaker. It's not some sort of trick. It's a simple but highly effective exercise. Hi, I'm Dennis, co-founder of Learning to Know Russian. Welcome to our vocal listening lesson. Thank you for joining us. Your listening and your speaking skills are more connected than you might realize. It means that you need to develop these two skills at the same time. If you've tried to improve your Russian listening comprehension, you will know that some listening exercises are more effective than others. What we need is an exercise that is both interesting and satisfying at the same time, while improving your Russian listening comprehension skills. Most importantly, you shouldn't have to wait years for results. Just imagine that you are listening to something very important. As you listen, you try to catch every syllable, every sound. It's totally different than listening to an audiobook or movie in the background. What do we need to do to motivate you to listen that closely while learning Russian? Good question. Luckily, that's exactly what today's lesson is for. Let's get started with our vocal listening lesson. I have a short text and I'd like to read it to you. You have a very simple task. You need to repeat what you hear. It isn't important whether or not you fully understand what I'm saying. Your only job is to repeat as much as you can. The whole phrase or just a few sounds. You are going to pretend you are a baby that's learning to talk. But pay attention. Don't wait for me to finish reading. Repeat what you hear as soon as I say it. Let's try. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась. One more time. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась. You have to speak simultaneously with me. Don't wait until I finish a phrase. Speak in the same time. Yes, it sounds funny and crazy, but it works. One more time. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась. Put on headphones if possible. That way your own voice will not stop you from hearing what I am saying. One more time. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась. Your pronunciation isn't important yet. You might only be able to pronounce a few sounds from each phrase. That's completely normal when you start. Let's listen to the whole text. Don't forget about your job. Speak with me. Pronounce whatever you can. Individual sounds, syllables, words, but don't stay silent. It's an active exercise. So let's start. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась и стала искать дорогу домой. Но не нашла, а пришла в лесу к домику. Дверь была открыта. Она посмотрела в дверь, видит, в домике никого нет. И вошла. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. Excellent! I hope that you repeated what I said out loud. Step number 2. At a certain point you need to understand what you are hearing, and you need to be able to distinguish and recognize individual words. Of course, the fastest way to do that is to use the text. I will read the text again, while you follow along with the text in front of you. Now, listen, speak with me, and try to recognize each word. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась и стала искать дорогу домой. Но не нашла, а пришла в лесу к домику. Дверь была открыта. Она посмотрела в дверь, видит, в домике никого нет, и вошла. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. It's not a big deal if you don't understand everything or if some of the grammar is confusing. Let's listen again and repeat, but this time without text. Repeat as much as you can. Speak with me. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась и стала искать дорогу домой. Но не нашла, а пришла в лесу к домику. Дверь была открыта. Она посмотрела в дверь, видит, в домике никого нет, и вошла. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. You might have noticed that I'm reading the text slowly. I want to help you the first time. Of course, it's best to learn at a natural speed from the very start. Are you ready? Let's go! Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась и стала искать дорогу домой. Но не нашла, а пришла в лесу к домику. Дверь была открыта. Она посмотрела в дверь, видит, в домике никого нет. И вошла. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. What did we accomplish? The main goal of the exercise was to encourage you to feel comfortable listening to and speaking Russian. I think you probably noticed how carefully you have to listen as you try to catch every sound. That's a lot different than listening to something in the background. Since it was your first time, I'm sure it was very difficult for you. Were you unable to repeat individual syllables or words? Don't be afraid. After some time of practice, you will be able to repeat what you hear in real time. This also means that you will be able to understand what you hear in real time. This lesson is great because you don't need a teacher to help you to do it. You might have someone evaluate your progress from time to time, but it's not a must. All that you need is the motivation, as well as the audio and text. The audio shouldn't be too complicated. You should understand most of the words. The speed should be close to the speed that native Russian speakers use. You don't want to learn to speak slowly, do you? There are a few things you must know. You need to understand how Russian pronunciation works. You should know the Russian speech position and you should recognize Russian sounds that are unusual for you. Also, don't forget that this vocal listening lesson isn't the only thing you will need to learn Russian. It's just one part of the system. When it comes to learning a language effectively, learning to know Russian has a lot more secrets to share. We are very happy that you have joined us. See you next time.